If you're anything like us, you get a lot of use out of the lounge bed that we have in our Galleria. It's constantly going up, going down, nap time, dog time, sleep time, and of course, it broke. This video will show you how I was able to fix it, and I'll tell you, it was a very easy repair, much simpler than I thought it would be, and the parts were only about $80, so if yours breaks, I'm sure you could fix it too. So I got under the bed and saw that there were two motors with actuator rods that controlled both sides of the bed. They would run in parallel to make the bed go up and down at the same time on each side. And I saw that on one side the actuator rod had separated from the motor assembly. So I contacted the manufacturer of the sofa and was able to order a replacement part actuator rod with the motor assembly. The repair started by removing the motor, first disconnecting the electric, and then you can see it's held on with just a single nut and bolt, but it's a pretty tight space to try to get in there. Got in there with my ratchet and a set of pliers, and damn, it's tight in here. But after a couple of tries, I was able to get the rhythm going and get that bolt out. I wish my hands worked that fast. Once I got it most of the way out, I was able to finish it by hand, and it's one of those nylon insert nuts that held it on. I always drop everything. So with the motor out, next thing to do was to remove the actuator rod. The actuator rod has stops on both ends so that it keeps the rod from extending too far when you raise or lower the bed. So I pulled the first one out and then got the second one off, and then was able to remove the rod from the bed frame assembly. So the middle piece on the rod is a piece of steel that connects to the bed frame itself, and that's what moves the bed. So I had to pull that off and then put the first stop on the new actuator rod, approximated that, tightened it up. So after I got the first stop on, I put the piece that connects to the frame back on, and then I was ready to install the new motor. But when I went in to try to attach that connector, what I realized is that because it's a very stiff piece of metal, it has to be completely vertical to fit into the frame piece. Probably a lot easier to do when you're building it from scratch and you haven't attached the upper part of the frame yet. So my solution was to put the connecting piece in and then thread the actuator rod assembly from the other side. Once I was able to get the thread started, which as you can see sounds a lot easier than it was, I was able to move the motor into place and get the new motor connected to the bed frame and to the electric power source. At that point, I put on the remaining stop for the actuator rod, got that tightened up, and I was ready to test the new motor and actuator rod to see if the bed would go up and down properly. And success. Up and down perfectly, and now we had a fully functional sofa bed.